feminism as an ideology, it kind of, one of the undercurrents of it, or one of the presumptions of it, one of the assumptions is that women are being oppressed, there's a patriarchal society, these kinds of notions, yeah? Yeah. There's a patriarchal society, etc. If you look at the sociological statistics, yeah, on the kinds of, I would call, oppression that's going on from male to female, or how the patriarchy is being exacerbated or strengthened, yeah, you could sort of tier it in different kinds of strands. You can say there's an economic layer, there is a political layer, there's a domestic layer, there's a social layer. One thing that's often overlooked, not always, but it's often overlooked, is sexual objectification and commodification, yeah? Really and truly, if you look at the contents of most male magazines, you'll find that the majority of the information that is presented in those magazines is basically the images of women and stuff like that. Women are being used, commodified, objectified, to promote products, to do this, to do that. And this, in essence, I thought to myself, really, this does nothing but strengthen the patriarchy. Think about it, yeah? From a feministic perspective. I put myself into the feminist shoes for a second, yeah? I said, this does nothing but strengthen the patriarchy that feminists, ironically, I'll tell you why it's an irony, want to dispel, yeah? So you think about prescriptions, like what would remedy the situation? If you know that you can't trust men, basically, because men are by nature gonna want to objectify women, commodify them, they've always done that, you know, aforetime, it's historical. If you know you can't trust them, and you know that men will definitely use female adornment to, you know, to enhance their economic experience or their domestic experience or political experience, doesn't it make sense to protest against, I'm going to sound like a real feminist now for a second, doesn't it make sense to revolutionary, you know, we can become revolutionaries today and protest against male domination by covering up? Because if you think about it, that's a protest. You're saying no more. I don't want to be looked at in that way. It really is a protest. It really is a stand against patriarchy, exploitation, oppression, commodification, objectification. I believe the hijab is the absolute most appropriate prescription for a feminist. But why is it that you'll find that feminists, unfortunately, not all of them, I'm not going to generalize, tend to criticize it?